Hi there! Welcome to another LEGO video. No speed build this time because it's really hard to replicate customizations. But this is a customized pre-made set. So this was for the set, the LEGO Brainiac that I did a couple weeks back. And first let's start with a custom minifig. This is ultimately more of a concept minifig because unfortunately the pieces just do not come in the right colors and stuff, all in the right colors at least at the same time. So this is for the 1983 mechanical Brainiac reboot that came out. That was like a really cool and it's a very iconic design for Brainiac. I'll put a picture on screen next to him. Here, let me move him over to the side to make that look better. So that's the concept that I'm drawing on and trying to capture with the minifig. So that's why you got, you know, the pink face and stuff, and more of a mechanical body. And I'm also trying to blend it with the piping and stuff that you see in the Jeff Johns Brainiac, or the Jeff Johns Brainiac book, and that was also in the Superman Unbound movie. And we'll get to more of that in a second. But yeah, so here's the idea for a mechanical Brainiac. I always thought of Brainiac as like a good character to just have be an intelligence as opposed to being in one body or another. You know, we just had Age of Ultron come out, and oh, here's an idea. You know, it'd be a good idea is if I get Ultron on screen next to him. Oops. Wow. Hold on. Sorry. Fuck it. We'll just lose those pieces for right now. So there's Ultron next to him, just to give you a comparison for size of a minifig. We just had Age of Ultron come out, and he was just hopping between robot bodies. I think it'd be cool if there's no one body for Brainiac, no ultimate Brainiac body. He's in every single one of them, and all of them are just as much, and he has not only mechanical, but biological, as well as cybernetic bodies that he can just hop back and forth between, which is just, I don't know, I just think that's a much cooler idea for Brainiac to make him much more unique. And even though it might seem like a bad idea now, I think when we do get a proper sequel to Man of Steel 2, it would actually be a really cool idea to have Superman go against Brainiac, who's a villain I've been saying should be in a Superman movie for a very long time now, because it enables Superman to go all out, as it were, and not have to worry about the whole killing thing, which is just a good way to showcase his power set. And you can also do a lot of interesting story stuff with Brainiac, obviously. Alright. Now here is the set itself, and what I've added to it is almost immediately obvious in the gun turrets. And it's not just that I added a second turret. I've actually changed some of the ways in which they operate, because so the gun turret was originally only on this side, and it was static in this position right here. But as you can already see, I've got 2 points of movement there. So I've added the ability for it to turn on this axis, as well as to twist on that axis, as well as go up and down like it did originally. So that, like, as opposed to just having this kind of motion right here, we now have a much wider range of motion, and that's present on both of those. And so if you have all the pieces, all you're doing is really just recreating this original arm over on the other side, piece by piece. It's really simple. It's only like, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 5, 6 pieces, I guess, that are, I know they're not incredibly common, but they're not like super rare, only in this set kind of pieces either. So it's very easy to achieve. That's obviously the main thing. And I also replaced one piece, instead of a cross bolt that went down in between here. This is just an antenna to allow this motion right here. It's just 2 antennas plugged right through, and this comes on to make it look all sci-fi-y. And yeah, just it looks a lot better when you can have, you know, multiple ranges of motion. That's the really first very obvious fix or upgrade that I did to the set. The next one, and I'll take Superman off of here. The next one is, of course, these tentacles here on the front. And all I did was get 2 more of the mechanical tentacles from Brick Owl, and then I had some Lego piping lying around that I used to connect them with, and pull a tentacle out. So you got a joint piece there connected to a hinge piece that connects to another joint piece, or another plug piece, and right into the pipe. And so the tentacle plugs into the other end of the pipe like so. And it just lets you do a lot of crazy stuff. And it looks so much more like Brainiac's, classic ship from, even from Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which is just great. I really like how this all turns out. He's got just so much more movement. You saw, it'll take me a minute to get Superman back in there, but you saw how it had Superman captured there. And that's just something I really, really like. Just having a lot of range of movement, and he's actually able to capture and then kind of zero in on Superman when he's got him like held up like that, which is great. Or Supergirl, or whoever else you want to put in there, or Martian Manhunter, whatever. I have a thing, I guess, about just putting Superman into peril. I don't know why. I like rough and tumble Superman, I guess. But then as we go around here, one thing I do really like about these new capes is they fall down behind the guy really well, so it actually gives kind of that classic hanging cape thing. The other thing I got is I added this pipe just to give it, like I said, that kind of Jeff Johns story look with Jeff Johns' Brainiac book. Because I really love the design of Brainiac with all the pipes and tubes sticking in and out of his head. That's also really apparent. This is probably... This one's the most drastic change from the original set, because I actually had to go in and kind of gut it a little bit. I hope this will work to help view it. Let's see here. So, obviously, this used to have just a basic bar that went straight across here, and Brainiac would sit on it, and that would be his place to, maneuver the levers and everything. But what I've added... let me change the camera angle, because this isn't going to work very well without doing that. There's the changed angle for you. So yeah, what I've added here is quite obvious. There's one piece that's been changed out. You'll see these green bars on the side right there, and if I flip it around the other way, you'll see it on the other side. There was originally a third one that went across the back. I replaced that with two just regular square blocks, or regular 2x2 blocks, and then added a special block built with a with side studs, and then added a simple tile with a one peg on it to hook the tube up to the head. And what I like about that is it actually lines up really well with the tube that I added on the back there. So it really gives it just a lot more of that classic comic book look, which is really something I was going for. So that's the set, really. That's the upgrades that I did to it. I think they turned out fairly well. This is the one that's maybe the most questionable, but I really liked it because I really liked that Jeff Johns, the look of that Jeff Johns story. The Brainiac story itself is just okay, but the look is so brilliant. I can't remember the name of the artist on that. Hold on, I think I actually have it over here. Superman Brainiac. Yep, there it is. Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, and John Sibel. One of those, Gary Frank or John Sibel. Just brilliant idea to have the pipes in Brainiac's head and stuff. I think it looks amazing, and I really like how it ends up looking here. The Brainiac minifigure, the mechanical Brainiac minifigure, also has a pipe connector in the back of him, and you see him holding it here. I'll change camera angles one more time. The head doesn't stay on perfectly. I'll change camera angles one more time and show you what can be done with the pipe there. Yeah, so here you can see it's kind of an awkward angle, but there's a hole peg in the bottom of the ship there, and so I've added, I can just feed that little pipe in the back of the Brainiac guy, the mechanical Brainiac, right in through, and so it can hang down below and kind of like be dropped like a little sentry kind of thing for him, and I really like that idea there. But yes, that's the extent of the modifications I made. Let me know if you've got any ideas for modifying this set, but I think it turned out fairly well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, thanks. Have a good one.